Hi guys, it's Carrie with Clay Revolution, and today I'm going to show you the stepped and double mandrel set system and how to put that together, and a little explanation of how you can use the two different mandrels, why each one of them is beneficial. So anyway, let me get right to that. The set, when you get it in a package, is going to come with two different wooden mandrels. Got a stand and this little thing. This is the little thing that you need to put together. It's very, very, very simple. So what you're going to do is take the screw and the washer off of the end of this. Okay, you're going to put, actually you could leave the washer on there because you're going to put that part through this part of the mandrel holder, and you're going to put the screw on the other end. Okay, screw that down very tight. Okay, if you travel, you can unscrew these, and then be able to stack things on top of it and everything. It gives you more working space. But if you don't travel, you're pretty much always going to leave that on there. So screw it down nice and tight so it doesn't get loose and wiggle around for you. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to do. And then what happens is each one of these mandrels sits right on there, and now you have an elevated working surface that you can work with. Okay, that's how you put them together. So a little bit about each mandrel. This is a tapered mandrel and this is a stepped mandrel. In metal clay, this is unbelievably handy. This is what I'm always looking for, is this one. I very rarely end up using this one for metal clay work at all. I use this one all the time. When we're building metal clay rings, we're trying to build the shank. Actually, let's take this ring off. We're trying to build the shank flat, right? If we build it on a tapered mandrel, it's actually angled and tapered, and so it's not a flat design on top, right? I don't know if I can demonstrate that close enough here. Well, I guess I can. But we would be building a tapered ring if we were to do that. So by using a stepped mandrel, you're building a perfectly straight ring on the mandrel. Okay, so you can then, and this one is also wonderful because it has this ring sizes on it. So you can go straight to the ring size you want, build that ring right on that size, and you're good to go. So I'm going to show you, I explained to you why you use this one. I didn't explain to you why you use this one. This one is really useful for after firing or in traditional metalsmithing techniques. For us, after firing, a lot of times you'll get a little bit of distortion, or you'll get warping, especially if you do an open band ring. You'll have each side kind of warp away from each other and it'll be distorted. Use the tapered mandrel for fixing that, for just kind of reshaping your ring, okay? And really, I'll do that first because that's really simple to explain. You're going to put your ring on your band. For fine silver, you're really going to be able to do it with your fingers very easily. Many times, even the sterling silver, after firing, it'll still be soft. So you'll be able to do that first adjustment with your fingers, then use something like a rawhide mallet to tap the edges down, reshape it just a little bit. I use a couple different kinds of hammers. I use the rawhide mallet quite a bit. I actually love this nylon mallet. That's the one that I use most often because it does more things for me. I will use it to tap down this way to increase the band size a little bit. I'll use it to do the shaping, okay? And then also I've got a little bitty tiny one that if I'm really trying to get down the edges or something like that, that will tend to help. I don't use this one that much especially in doing metal clay rings, okay? So that is how you do the reshaping with the tapered mandrel. But for your metal clay work, we'll call it, that's when you're going to use the step mandrel. So I'm going to show you a tiny little project, or basically just a demonstration of a way to do that on here. Okay, so let me flip this around so you can see me a little better, a little clearer. And do that. And okay, I think we are good to go. One more adjustment there. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so I've got my ring mandrel like that. And let's say we're gonna go for, I won't even go into metal clay ring size calculations because we all know that those are not precise. So we're not gonna try to do that today. That's a whole nother topic. But what we're going to do is just assume that I'm gonna go ahead and make a size 12 metal clay ring, knowing that it's gonna shrink down to about a 10 or a 9. Okay, so we're going to shoot for 12 just so you can easily see how I'm going to make it. The first thing that I'm going to do is wrap a little bit of paper around the mandrel in order to keep the clay from sticking on it. Okay, so take a little piece of paper, wrap it around your mandrel, and just tape it down. A lot of times I'll use blue tape for this because it comes off a little easier. It doesn't have that plastic coating in it, but this is what I had handy today and it will work just fine. Okay, so that's the first thing that I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and make a simple little band for you. This is a little bit of PMC Flex. Probably needs a little bit of conditioning for this process. When you make a metal clay ring band, you definitely want very conditioned clay because as you do the wrapping, it's going to want to crack. So make sure that your clay is in perfect condition before you try making a band. Okay? And there's really a lot to metal clay ring bands. And so I don't want you to think that this video is oh, here's exactly how you do this and it's all you ever needed to know. There's a lot to know about metal clay rings. So I'm just demonstrating how to use the mandrel, okay? Okay, I'm going to use, this is a Teflon sheet. I'm gonna make kind of a long flat shape because I want to roll a really long strip of clay. And we're gonna go with, let's just do 4 cards thick for this. I probably got way too much clay. Okay, and roller. And I'm gonna start in the middle and pull it towards me, and I'm not pressing all the way down yet, just trying to get that clay to go the direction that I want it to go. Once it's going the correct direction, I'm going to go ahead and roll it out. And now that I look at that, I probably don't have enough clay, but we'll see. Okay. I am going to use just a straight edge because I'm really just demoing a simple band here. Actually, I'm going to leave that nice curve on that end because I kind of like it. And let's do same kind of curve. Actually, I want to go the other direction. Okay. Okay. And immediately I need to get this wrapped around this before it starts drying out. Okay. So just lay that across there, and I'm going to do an open band if I can get this flipped over so you can see it. Okay, so that is an open band design. That is the most, we'll say, flexible in metal clay. It's going to allow for adjustments to be made a little bit easier. Okay, and get that thing to stick. Sometimes it takes just a little bit of pressure so that it kind of adheres itself to that paper so that it doesn't just fall off of there. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So now I've got, instead of having a tapered ring design, I've got a flat ring design. I can continue to build, I dry it, I can continue to build on top of this, and then when I'm ready, I just kind of get under that paper and pull that paper off there, and the whole ring will come right off of the mandrel. Okay. Let me turn this back around. Okay, so really a couple quick little tips on the rings. Make sure you dry them really well on the mandrel. You can place that mandrel, the way that I dry them if I'm trying to speed it up a little bit is I'll take this off and then set this kind of on the edge of my little heated dryer or something like that so that the bottom of the ring doesn't get squished on the drying surface. Okay. Trying to think what other little tips you might need. Rings are a lot to know. So don't just jump into rings. Study up a little bit. They do not shrink exactly the same no matter what anybody says. You will never get an exact ring size out of metal clay with every kind of brand and every kind of kiln and every kind of firing temperature that there is out there. The best that you can do is get very close to what you're looking for. So, quick little ring lesson. Okay, thank you. If you've got any questions, be sure to let us know. You can always send us an email on info@clayrevolution.com or leave us a message on the website. We're there as well. Thank you.